start to shine. Fire up your light.
Really? Yeah, I love that.
I mean,
Yeah. My
and then
harmonize.
good night.
My harmonize, man.
Sorry.
Baby.
Who's next?
Hey guys, wagwan. Andre here. As you see, it's me alone tonight, but don't worry, my baby's right there supporting me because I'm about to talk to you guys about a more serious, somewhat topic that I went through, and I'm doing this topic because I believe that it could help somebody, especially in this COVID time, and a lot of people lost like jobs and many things that was sustaining to them. So the depression hits, and sometimes you feel like your back is against the wall, you don't know what to do. So I once was depressed, or once went through depression, but I got through it, thank God. And just want you all to know that don't worry, just believe in God that He will bring you through no matter what. you know so let me get into it. So there was a part in my life, my teen years, going up, late teens, I guess you could say. I was in school, and I remember my last year actually in high school. My last year, I was supposed to finish high school. I didn't, but that's for a next story. But I was supposed to finish high school, and my last semester, I had co-op. And if anybody out there know about co-op in Canada here, and you basically supposed to do the field work. So mine was masonry, and I was helping doing mason work with a company actually called, I forgot what they called, Bill's Masonry. And the man loved me how I came to the job and basically just work with my hands and stuff, work with tools. He said he's had many students and many, like, even workers, like actual guys that's supposed to be trained in that field, that come and they're afraid of like the tools, because I used to deal with like the power saw, cutting the bricks and stuff like those and things like that. But I told him, like, I'm from Jamaica, like this is like almost a norm. Like whenever somebody's building a house or doing certain things, we mix cement, and everybody come together and we do a little thing, and then we run boat and eat afterwards and them stuff. So it's like a norm for us back home to do all these things. So I wasn't afraid of the saw or the jackhammer and them things that, all those stuff. But so yeah, my last semester being there, I remember my last day actually was a Friday. My last day working there. The teacher called my boss, or you could say my boss, because I was getting paid, even though you're not supposed to get paid at that time. I don't know if it changed now, but you're not supposed to get paid for doing co-op. You're just supposed to rack hours and get the experience, right? But because of how I worked, the guy liked my work ethic, and he paid me. Them times minimum wage was $7.45, because I was working at Outback Steakhouse, a restaurant. And that was minimum wage. But this guy, when I just came there, he paid me 12, either 12.45 or 12.75. One of them, I forgot exactly what that was. And when I saw that money, I was like, the money got to me, because I was doing my regular work plus that I was getting paid for. Like, I was really milking in money, you could say, for my age at that time, right? To fast forward to when the teacher told him that to tell Andre that he will not be getting his credits for school to graduate, that last day, like something just hit deep down. Like, what you mean I'm not gonna get my credits? Because what happened is I was supposed to go into school every Mondays just to report that I'm doing my stuff. She knows that I'm doing my stuff, but I'm still supposed to go into register, right? But then my attendance, it was showing that I'm not coming because I didn't go in because I used to party weekend. Sometimes during the week I'm partying, right? And so I was tired. So Mondays I just slept in, and that didn't go well with the teacher, I'm guessing. So she told my boss that I'm not getting my hours. I'm gonna get my credits. So you need a certain amount of credit to graduate. So that just made me upset that day. So originally the guy had told me like, yo, I should go and talk to my teacher and make her understand and work out something with her, and I can always come back there. He says you'll always have a job for me, because he was willing to even bring me into an apprenticeship program where I would even get my license for that. And if I had followed through with that by now, yeah, I would be up there doing that job, man. But tell you what happened. So that same day, I had work for Outback Steakhouse. Took my last bus ticket. Them time it was bus ticket and it wasn't tokens. It was bus ticket. And I went and basically went to work. This is my first time looking at a schedule. I know my schedule out of my head, but this is my first, because I work on the weekends. This is my first time looking at the schedule. And when I looked at the schedule, I see my name crossed out. I don't know why I looked at the schedule that night. I was already in a suck mood, like, and then seeing that made me like lost it. My first time losing it fully in public, like just in public, and not on anybody in general, but just in specific, but in general, I just lost it in the back of the restaurant. And I started cussing, saying why they didn't tell me that I'm not working today. They made me use my last bus ticket and whatever. Like I was just cussing, but the manager for the back that wasn't there, but the front manager, the host manager, came around and she's like, Andre, what's wrong? I never seen you like this. Is everything okay? Like, why are you going on like this? Because I'm guessing the customers can start to hear certain things at the back. But that was just me like getting loud. And I'm saying, why they never call me and just call me? That's all they had to do, call me to say this is that and that and this. But she tried to calm me down, and she basically tried to pay for my bus fare to go back home, and said they will call and see what happened and try to rectify it. And I just got mad and I walked out and I walked home that day, and I just never went back. They didn't fire me or nothing, but I just never went back. I never even went back to school. I literally stopped everything. I don't know, I just went into a depression mode. And I mean, like, losing the job, then not going back to the other one, like, it just made me got deeper. I just locked into a shell, right? And for the longest while, I think basically two years, I had no job, and I tried my best to basically find one, but I couldn't. For some reason, I couldn't. Everywhere I go, like, I end in resumes, and they just look at it and be like, they'll call me, and nobody called me everywhere I go. And what happened is I start going to church, but I would walk to church more time, just to get there, just walk to church, and said, you know what, let me just, at least that I could do. I would get up from early because the church was a certain distance, so I'll get up from early and start walking. So and I kind of, because on my phone I could track how long the bus takes to come or how long it takes to go there. So, and then it shows you if you walk how long it will take to get there. So I'll wake up like sometimes 3 hours ahead, starting time for church, and I'll start walk from then. So by the time I'm reaching with everybody, but a lot of people wouldn't know that I actually walked it. Some people will pass me along the way, But my pride, they would be like, come, let me drop you. I remember bring you. And I was like, no, 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 no. I just want to walk because I didn't want him to ask me, like, why you walking? And I didn't want to tell him I didn't have no money because I had no money at all. Like, I became fully broke. No, nothing. Nothing at all. I know, and I basically, sorry. Yeah, so I basically did that for the longest while. But then I started reading the Word. I took up the Bible, and I started reading the Word. And I remember that feeling of just coming home each night, or being up each night. Like I didn't sleep because I was so depressed, like just restless. Like, so I started reading the Word, and it got to a point where my aunt will get up. I'm up, sometime 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up reading. She'll come back in by say 6 o'clock in the night, and she still sees me around the table reading the Word. Like, that's how much like I started like feeding this. Well, I didn't know at that time that I'm feeding my spirit, man, but I was just reading. And I mean, like, even I would read, and when I didn't understand, I would go back over it, and I would just write. Like, I'll start finding myself writing. I will some days I would write like what I understood from it, and then there's other days that I write basically what God probably what I would feel to say to God per se. I think I still have some of those letters and some like just things that I cry out to God for, what I wish I was doing or what I apologize for, and all these things, but just writing nonstop. Like, to a point where my auntie used to say, if I'm at the pastor at the church, like, she said, if I ever read the Word, like, but she didn't understand, like, that was the only thing that brought me some sort of peace. Like, I just wrote, and I read. Like, I read the whole Bible, literally, the whole Bible. And I went back through it, and I started getting notes, and I don't know, that's how I started understanding the Bible more. It started becoming life to me. It wasn't just words, on a piece of paper, but just actual things that I would get revelations from it and those things. And so that was a big part to where I'm at with God now. Like, that helped me a lot, and but still during the depression, like, I still wanted, like, I was dating, my wife at that time she was my girlfriend, obviously, but like, I felt away because for me, I grew up seeing my mom with no one to help her, so I didn't want to be that person to have nobody out there and not being able to help them, so I felt certain ways, just not being able to, like, say, hey, my wife, you could do this, here's money to do that. I'm not saying that's what she's there with me for, but that's just how I feel to do things. Like, I want to be able to can help her financially and not she doing it, because many times she will try to, like, give me a little money here and there, even for bus fare, and I would, like, we'll argue just for me to take that. We would argue, but like, I was going through a lot. She might not understand fully, but I was going through a whole lot. I was fully on my face. Nothing. Like, all the money that I had, there was nothing to show for it because I wasted it. Like, I didn't have nobody to guide me to say, hey, put away. So I didn't wash clothes. I literally took clothes and put them aside, or put them in a garbage bag, throw them away, and buy new clothes every weekend. And then I go party. Then I come back to put it aside because I didn't want somebody to see me in the same clothes again. So a lot of things I used to do, like, but I was immature. But yeah, fast forward back, not having a job, so I started, like, getting more depressed again to God. Even though I'm reading the Word, like, I started thinking, like, I need to be a man, God. I need to be a man. and have something to show. I can't live like this no more. I'm looking at my surroundings. I'm like, God, I need a way out. And to a point where you could say almost I'm trying to, I'm not bargain with God, but I think I was threatening God, like, God, I don't want to work on the weekends, because weekends over here is mostly in the nights they want you to work, most jobs, because that's when most people go out, so more crowd is out, so the more time, more people, more staff is going to be needed wherever you go, especially in restaurants, right? I wanted like a more 9 to 5 job. I didn't want to work no 5 to 12 or them type of things, or 5 to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, I didn't want that. But I know, like, but I've been in the restaurant business, so I knew what it takes to do that. So I knew if I had work on the weekends, that's what I would have to do. And so I tell God, I'm like, I remember one night I'm washing the dishes. I think I ate something and I'm washing the dishes and I just broke down fully. And it's hard for me to cry, but like this time I just fully broke down washing the plates. And I said, God, I need something. Like, I can't do this no longer. Like, I need something. I bawled because nobody was there. So I bawled, and I said to him, like, I'm gonna have to find a job that will take me. Because every job that I do go for, like on an interview, that's what they wanted. But I would tell them, no, I'm trying to look at 9 to 5. But mostly the senior staff will get a 9 to 5. That's how it works. Because they get to choose their time. I couldn't choose first, right? So, anyways, I said that night that I'm gonna go, and the next person that says, yo, you can get the job if you take the night shifts, I'm gonna take it. That means I'm not gonna be in church no nights. I can't go to youth nights, can't go to no Bible study, can't go to no Sunday because I'm too tired. That's what I was saying to him, literally. I guess I was trying to blackmail him with that. And I think it was the very next day, and I mean like the very next day, my friendie called me and she's like, "Come in, you should come in," because at her job, like, because my pastor worked at the church at that time. He has his business, and he called me and he told her, I guess he approved that I could come, and she told me to come in, and I came in. And we did a little interview, and she's like, I have the job. Well, she made me interview with this other guy, and the guy's like, okay, we'll get the job. And that's how I started working there. And I knew that's how God worked it, because I could work from basically like a early mornings to a certain point, and then right after that we were able to go to like Bible study or prayer meeting. And sometimes we used to have something called the Hot Mondays. Like, we used to do all those, like, we could do that, and I could still work on go to church on the weekends, and I would have to worry about losing out. I could still work and still go worship God or do whatever it is, go to youth nights and stuff like those. Like, I was able to do all of that, and I didn't lose out on anything. But like, it was the word that basically kept me, because I was reading so much that it sustained me to a point where I just kept going, kept pushing, kept pushing. I didn't try to do my own thing. I waited. Yes, it gets hard, and then at times I want to do my own thing, but I still waited, waited, waited. And in the last, you could say the last moment, he came through. And I didn't expect that call, because I didn't expect to get a call from my friend at that time. Not even close. I was looking elsewhere. I didn't even look. I didn't even seek that one. That's the funny thing. I did not seek that job. I seek so many other jobs, and not one called me. Not one called me. I think how many resumes I had pushed out with papers, I could probably build a tree with that. But I got a call from total somebody that I was somewhere that I wasn't looking, basically. So if you're out there and you feel like there's just nothing for you and you can't hold on any longer, just keep holding on. Even if it's with your fingernail, keep holding on. Okay? Love you guys. Stay true to yourself and just keep the word of God in you. That's all we have at the end of the day. Man will change, but God doesn't. The word doesn't.